All right. Well, funny thing is, I've I don't know if anybody could hear me, if anybody sees me. No, I'm on YouTube. I see that there's one person on. Can you hear me and see me? Give me a thumbs up or something if you can. Or can you guys hear and see me? Ah, so you can hear me and see me? That's great. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for checking in. I don't I've probably attempted this maybe once before and it didn't work. So, oh, great. All right. I wish I could hear, you guys, but at any rate, yeah, thank you. So the purpose of why I'm doing this, and I'm probably going to actually release a video as well. I just had a few minutes to kill, so I thought I would try the live thing. Hey, how you doing, Dave? And Shore Sandy, Mary Hunky, and Gregor's Pataki, and Mitch Greaves. I appreciate that. Thanks for checking in. Hey, how you doing? Hi, Mary. So, yeah, so the purpose of this, and like I said, I'm going to release a video so that it's up on the playlist for people to play. I feel that it's important for me to do it because I've got so many wonderful people like yourselves. What's up, Captain? I'm in Pompano Beach, Florida, and I'm in my a little home that I own. Um, it's actually not where I live, but I use it for short-term rental purposes, Airbnb and stuff like that. But I felt that it was important for me to reach out to so many of you fine people and let you know that if you were wondering, where the heck I went because I stopped making videos for a minute. Um, oh, you were on a live chat with Jonathan Antoine last night, Dave? Wow, geez, that's impressive. I dig him. The reason why I'm kind of reaching out to people and to first of all let them out of respect, and let them know that I had a hip replacement, about 3 weeks ago. Actually, this Monday it will be 3 weeks, and I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I use a cane. It's slowed down my professional baseball career a little bit, but yeah, no, I use a cane and I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, trying to do my exercises. It's amazing what they can do. I mean, if you think about like how many years ago before there was such a thing as a hip replacement prosthesis and procedure, I mean, geez, what would somebody do? They get their hip worn out and then that's it. It's curtains. Not a good thing. Anyway, yeah, so I hope that you guys are all doing well. Hey, good, thank you. Appreciate that, Sandy. Yeah, believe it or not, though, this experience, as rough as it has been, was not as bad as when I had COVID a couple of years ago. When I had COVID, when it was just coming out, I caught COVID. New Yorkers are known to have homes in Florida. You know something, man? I've been here for about a year now, and and I don't know when I'm calling myself a Floridian at this point. I was in Connecticut in the New York area for I'm 50 years old. I grew up in the Bronx and in the suburbs of Connecticut, about maybe not even an hour out of New York City, in a town called Darien, Connecticut. Talk about going from the Bronx. Look after your health always. You know what, Dave? It's so true. I mean, it is. I've never had anything happen to me in my life. I've been very fortunate. Maybe tonsils, wisdom teeth, but I never broke a bone. I never got sick. I hope that all of you can say the same thing. But it's been very, very clear to me that health is really the number one. Um, it's the most valuable thing, on the planet. It really is. I wish that I could talk to you guys like and hear you guys come in on the speaker, but then that would be like chaos because there's a lot of people here. But yeah, but yeah, when I had COVID, I found it to be a much more difficult experience than the hip replacement. I had the hip replacement about literally almost 3 weeks ago, and I remember, about 2 years limping around without, with a bad hip, and now I don't have the pain in my hip anymore, but I do have surgical pain. And but that's not a big deal. 3 months and diagnosed prostate cancer, but I'm oh my, you see now, Dave, now that you somebody like you, people like that. Hey, Long Island, what's up, Mary? I'm from Long Island, by the way. Brooklyn. Okay. Uh-oh. Now I feel that small. But yeah, Brooklyn is. But yeah, Dave, for you to have to be 3 months in diagnosed processing, and but I'm well in myself. I mean, I got to give you a lot of credit. People like you, it's nothing. I mean, what I went through is nothing compared to what That's like, that's really something. So I got to give you a lot of credit. I don't want to bore you guys to tears. I don't want to be that guy that that thinks that it's so important that I should have a live stream, that I've got so many important things to say that is worthy of your time. I'm sure you have other better things to do, but I did want to try it out because I had a few minutes, to kill, and I'm actually I could show you around this little home if you like. Yeah, I'll take you on a tour, and I'll actually show you my wife. Ah, anyway, this is going down here in the hallway here. This is like a cute little bathroom, and then my wife actually designed this Airbnb for us. So she did all the wallpaper and all the design, and picked out everything, and this is another cute little room that she did, and that's a little day bed kind of thing, and she did all this stuff over here, and then did all that kind of stuff. So hope I'm not boring the heck out of you, but that's just it. But it's amazing what these houses are going for too. I mean, they saw me coming on this one, man. I don't know what to tell you, but there's the kitchen. I really wanted to do it. I believe that strong character is very important, and following through with what you say you're going to do, I think, is important. So literally 6 months ago, we were saying that we wanted to get into the Airbnb business, and here we are. you know this is a little like a little bedroom. It's the master bedroom, which I'm told that people don't even really like to use the word master anymore, because it implies or yes, honey, it's my wife. All right, let's go see. Yeah, yes, I'm gonna show. Yeah, yeah, this is my wife, Christina. That's Christina. Hi, Christina. Yes, that's my wife. And some people, when we were in the hospital and I was getting my hip surgery, the nurse said, "Oh, is this your daughter?" And trust me, that's not the first time I heard that before. Okay. And then this is the pool area. I don't know if that's too bright. And believe it or not, man, I've owned this house for a couple of months now with my wife, and I have not been in that pool yet. I have not been in that, and she hasn't been in the pool either. It's kind of funny because we kind of feel a little dispassionate about it, because it's not like it's a business. You know what I mean? It's a cute house and all. This is a little hangout area over here and stuff. But it's not like, I don't know. I've owned homes. I've spent money on homes, and now I feel like, if I'm going to make an investment like in a home, I don't. I want to make money on the darn thing. You know, and then we got this like that. So anyway, I'm boring you guys. What this is, God. All right, here, and then this is a little wallpaper. Look at this. This room is cute too. This room is cute. You're probably getting dizzy. I got my little Eames chair there. I think that's the Eames chair, right? That's not a real one, but you know what I mean. But you know, uh, counting something like that. I'm really. Oh, let me see what some of you are saying. Uh, Let's see. My husband and I both had COVID. Yeah, Mary, I know it was. I hope it wasn't too bad. I hope it wasn't bad, too bad. Your reviews are on point. It's nice to see behind the man. Hey, all right. Thanks a lot, Dave. On a Sunday morning here in Western Sydney, Australia. Hey, Big Oz, 1977. I've got nothing to do left. All glad you're up. And hope you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Nice place to recover from hip replacement surgery. Yeah, it is. But we're not really hanging out here yet. I actually haven't even slept here. I haven't even slept here yet. I just basically, getting I'm sitting over here right now, just kind of getting some work done. And and another thing that I discovered about Florida, okay, is that they have these roaches. Okay, they call them palmetto bugs. Okay, I got news for you. It's a roach, and I'm going to tell you a funny story actually too, since we're talking about roaches, which is horrible. But one time I was in Connecticut with a friend of mine passing through this town. I think it was Oxford, Connecticut, or something like that. I don't even remember. In my mind, you know how the memory sometimes recalls things that you've said and places you've been, and you wonder to yourself, did I really do that? Did I really say that? Am I imagining this? This shit happened. Okay, check it out. I was in this town in wherever it was in Connecticut where they manufacture Stanley tools, the black and yellow design Stanley tools. And we were hungry, so we stopped off in this Chinese restaurant in the middle of nowhere. So we're sitting there. They come over, they order, we order. I order chicken fried rice. And it comes over to the table as a mound of chicken fried rice. And right on the top, almost just underneath the surface of the rice, I saw a roach fried with his legs up like this, as if it was placed there like a garnish. And I know a lot of you probably think, you said, this can't be true. All right, listen, nice photo. Okay, hey, Dave, have you reviewed Ali Sherlock? If not, take a look. I don't even know who Ali Sherlock is. I'm going to have to just, she an Aussie? I mean, I'm going to have to check her out. It's always great to check out new people, because then I get that first reaction, and you guys can live vicariously through this crazy guy right here. But anyway, so yeah, so they bring the waiter brings over this thing. There's a roach, and I look at my friend. I go, "Do you believe this? I cannot believe this." And I call the waiter over and I say, "Look, there's a roach." He goes, "Hold on a second." So he goes. He says he goes to get the owner. This little portly old Chinese lady comes over to the table. And I said, "Miss, there's a roach right on top of the." She says, "No, it's not a roach. It's an onion. It's an onion." I said, unless I said, "Listen, lady, unless onions have legs, this is not an onion." Okay, so this is okay. Now I'm not making this shit up, and this happened. Okay, she picks it up off of my dish, and she eats it in front of me, and she says, "See, I would not eat that if it wasn't an onion." I can't tell you how fast my friend and I got up and hightailed out of there. That happened, man. That happened. And whenever I tell that story, I have to almost kind of say, did that happen? Yeah, it happened. And I have a few, we all have these kind of stories, I'm assuming, you know. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you another story since I got you on here real quick. Irish busker, but huge fan base. Oh, okay. All right. I'll check out Ali. So, the thing is, I've been struggling with this channel. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I'm so grateful for so many things. In such a short time, I got up to 45,000 subscribers. Um, I, you know how it is. You enjoy certain things that you do, but you want to be rewarded for them as well. And in this case, I was hoping to have some more financial reward from the channel, and unfortunately, for somebody like me, maybe at my, I have too many things going on in my life right now, so it's kind of hard for me to, to do the channel if it, and if it doesn't really, have a much of a financial reward to it. So I have to dig in deeper and get that inspiration from another place, which doesn't help when I'm in pain, surgical pain with the hip. And since I had the surgery, I've kind of gotten knocked off of my my access a little bit. I was all full of, so eager to do everything, you name it. I even put an offer to buy another home literally 2 or 3 days before I was going to have surgery, and it got accepted, and I was going to go through with a deal. And my wife said, why don't you just chill out a little bit and just, you're going to have surgery in 2 days. Why don't you relax a little bit and see what happens? Try to recuperate, see how things go. Maybe, I don't know, maybe she thought I wasn't going to make, I don't know. But she said, chill out a little bit. And I did. And I'm glad I did. But I just haven't really hadn't gotten my head back in the game. Okay, it's 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks, but at any rate, here's another story. One time, I got a speeding ticket in Norwalk, Connecticut on Martin Luther King Drive, which is a pretty big road, but it was kind of light traffic. Anyway, I was I was speeding. Okay, I have a little bit of a heavy lead foot. I was speeding a little bit. Let's see. I hope you have a great. Thank you, Big Oz. Oh yeah, Dave. Yeah, I hope you have a speed recovery. Yeah, Dave. I absolutely agree with Big Oz. I think you do a great job on your job. Thanks a lot, Sandy. I appreciate that. Look after yourself, Dave. Yeah, you guys are nice. You see that? I've noticed that so many people they're so nice. Especially when they're coming together to listen to music or stuff like that. It's almost like going to a concert. At any rate, so I was speeding. I got a speeding ticket, and I remember that day when I got the ticket. The cop was parked facing in the same direction as I was traveling, but he was on the side of the road and he had his radar pointed behind him, and he was able to catch me, doing my thing. So I go to court. I'm going to fight the ticket, but I don't know what to expect. So I go to court and I'm sitting in court, and there's a judge, she's sitting up there, and there's people ahead of me, and I see that all of a sudden, that I'm going to basically, hey, Poland, what's going on? Anubis 2976. Thank you for joining. I'm telling a story. Hopefully it doesn't bore you. But if you got nothing else to do for a minute, check it out, because it's kind of a silly story. But anyway, I was fighting this speeding ticket in court, and I noticed that I was going to basically have the opportunity to question the police officer who gave me the ticket. And I wasn't prepared for that. I thought I was just going to show up and say, hey, listen, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. It was somebody else. I wasn't speeding. God bless Poland and your wonderful people, Dave Smith says. That's right. That's very nice. That's very nice. So, so I'm listening to the other people ahead of me interrogate the police officer. So I made a couple of notes of some questions that I was going to ask. So, all right, so it's my turn, and I was hoping the police officer wasn't going to show up, but he shows up. He's sitting up there on the stand next to the judge, and I'm sitting down here like I'm an attorney. Interrogating, and I didn't have an attorney. I was representing myself. Hello. So anyway, I said, but that's the kind of guy I am. I figure, you know what? I like to take a challenge and challenge myself. I like the way I feel when I come out on the other end. So anyway, I said to the officer, I said, officer, is the person who was apparently speeding that day, is he or she here? And he goes, yeah, it was you. Okay, all right, good. All right, that's good. Okay, all right. I said, the officer, when was the last time that you had the radar gun calibrated? And he says, well, I had it calibrated just that day that I got you speeding. I said, okay, okay. I said, officer, are you sure that you could have seen that it was, how would you describe the traffic that day? Was it light? It was medium? He says it was pretty light. It was pretty light. I said, okay. And, but I said, you got me reversed. Are you sure that, yes, our speeding fines just arrive in the mid. Oh, is that right, Sandy? You don't even get a chance to fight it, huh? Over here, you get a chance to fight it. I don't know. So I said, yeah, I said, officer, I said, are you sure that it was me, considering that there was some light traffic? Maybe it was somebody else. Yeah. He says, no, it was you. I said, okay. So now at this point, I'm running out of stuff to say. I don't know what to say. So I noticed that in his pocket on his shirt, I can see protruding through the pocket. I could see the sunglasses that he was wearing that day. I mean, this guy looked like a cop, that that day. We had the sunglasses. He looked like, he was like really the real deal. So I said, officer, are those do you have your sunglasses on you that day that, that you had when you issued me the ticket? He says, yes, I happen to have them right here. And so all of a sudden the judge chimed in. She said, Mr. Criscuolo, where are you going with this? I said, well, Your Honor, what I'm trying to establish, I learned all these words right there. And what I'm trying to establish is that maybe the officer's vision was impaired that day, having to look at me, reverse and with the dark sunglasses because they're very dark. And maybe it wasn't, maybe he made a mistake. And she says, no, Mr. Criscuolo, that's just not going to fly. She says, I wear my sunglasses when I play tennis in a sunny day and it helps my game. So I'm afraid that's not going to work. I said, Your Honor, I have nothing else to say then. I said, I really, I don't know what else to tell you. I said, I'm obviously not, doing so hot here. I said, but can you reduce the fines anyway? Can you reduce them in half at least? And she says, now, why should I do that, Mr. Criscuolo? Now, mind you, I happen to have had on the table right next to me a baseball hat that I had purchased in the local mall. And when you can get them like embroidered with anything you want on it. And I did, and I had on that hat, it said, I'm so handsome, it's scary. That's what I wrote on my hat. So I pointed to my hat and I said, Your Honor, I'm so handsome, it's scary. And she started cracking up, and there was another lawyer sitting right next to me from somebody else, and he literally chimed in and said, "Geez, in that case, you should double the fines." And I said, and I said, and a lot of people started laughing, and she said, you know what, Mr. Criscuolo, because you made me laugh today, I'm going to reduce the fines for you. So hey, there you go, you learned something. If you're not getting your tickets mailed to you in the mail and you have a chance to fight it, get a hat made with something silly on it and try to pull a stunt like that. Hey, you know what? Somebody is pulling in my driveway. Now they're pulling out again. They're doing a little U-turn. See? I don't know. It's just somebody. I do that often myself. I'm sure a lot of us have to, pull into a driveway or something like that. And I always feel a little bit uncomfortable because if it's late at night and I'm doing it, I'll turn my lights off for a moment. Of course, that probably scares them even more. Jesus. Anyway, yeah, Big Oz, I'm glad that you appreciate that that silly story. Listen, guys. I really, I don't want to bore you. I don't. I have more stuff that I could say, but I really don't want to bore. If you have any questions, I suppose I could answer them. But it's But at any rate, yeah, I'm over here at this little Airbnb, and you've had a haircut. Yeah, something. I started micro needling. Yeah, you know what? Those little rollers with the tiny little needles on them, and I started using it right here, and I think it might start work. This is actually white hair that looks like I'm losing it, but this is definitely a recession right here. Speak of recession, I think that the United States and maybe the world is going to start going for it. Yeah. So how you doing, Celia? Yeah, I did. You know what? I do this. Listen, I used to go get haircuts, at the mall, or I have a cousin from the Bronx that cuts hair, and I used to go get my hair cut from him. But I started cutting my own hair with like an Andis razor. It's like an electric razor and a boom, boom, boom. But uh, but I got to tell you, I don't cut. I cut my own hair, and I cut it this short. And there's two people that are not totally crazy about this haircut, and there's one person that loves it. Okay, the person that loves it is my wife. That's why I do it, because she thinks it's sexy. I don't know, maybe she likes the escape convict look. I'm not sure. She says it looks brutal, so I don't know if I have to start like, beating her up or something, but she likes that look, and I need all the help I can get. So I do it to make her happy. The two people that maybe are not too thrilled about it is my mom, okay, and me. I kind of like having some hair. You know what I mean? I like having some hair. What car do I drive? I can show you Where do you live? I live in Pompano Beach, Florida. I'm going to show you the car I drive. Okay. It's an old one, but it's a cool one. I'm going to show you. All right. Here we go. I'm walking outside over here. This is my neighborhood, and that's my car. Let's see. That's my car.